All right. Hey, Barb, how are you? Hey, Jessica, how are you guys doing today? You guys are back with me today. Yay.
We are.
Yay.
Can't get enough of you.
Cool. Let me pop out of some of these screens that are open so I can get to my guys. Holy cow. I have no idea what happened. All of a sudden my screen went black and I'm like, what happened? Where did everybody go? I was like, what is going on? Well, it's saying we're live on Facebook, so I'm glad you guys were still hanging out with me. That was just the weirdest thing ever. That's never happened. I asked my husband, I was like, did the power go out in the house or something? Like, what happened? So awesome. All right, guys, here we go. We are back for Facebook Groups Made Simple, day 2. Let me just share my screen with you guys so that we can tap into the workbook. Let's see, where is my workbook? Looks like my workbook disappeared. Hang on just a second, everybody. Let's get this back up and running. We just get to go with it, right? Like sometimes tech is wonky, not a big deal. Facebook Groups Made Simple. If you guys are here, let me know that you're here. Type in hashtag live if you're watching live. If you are watching the replay, type in hashtag replay for me. Let me know where you're listening from, where you're joining me from. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so something happened with my computer and it totally crashed. I don't know whether it was a glitch on Facebook or what happened when we tried to stream, but it's not letting me pull my document up. So hang on, let me see if we can get this back up and running so that we can actually cover what it is that I want to cover with you guys today. Alrighty, we're in Facebook. There we go. Yay. Alrighty, we're back in business. All right, so yesterday on day one, we actually covered a lot. We actually covered about 2 days of material in Facebook groups, and we were talking about why a Facebook group. We talked about, one of the things that is really important that people are looking for is people want to have an experience, right? People are, first of all, we're tired of being in the house. People want an experience. They're like looking to go. Like every day, my husband's like, I just need to go. People want an experience, and Facebook groups is a way to actually cultivate community and really build a heart-centered group of people together that are sharing in a commonality. So they're sharing in something that they want to continue to do or improve and be part of something that is bigger than themselves, right? Like as humans, we are tribal. We really shine in community. That's one of the reasons why way back when, if you were ever excommunicated from the tribe or put out of the tribe, you rarely survived. It's because we are meant to be together. We are meant to do things in community. And we actually have internally programmed in our brain to have a sense of belonging. And if anything threatens our sense of belonging, that actually makes us feel like we're going to die. So one of the things that we get to create when we're creating Facebook groups is a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, a sense of something that is greater and bigger than just ourselves. So we talked about the importance and how Facebook groups does that the best, because Facebook is made for groups. Facebook is made to help you give people these quick wins, these epiphanies, these trainings, these breakthroughs as a way to move people along the pathway of where they are on Pain Island and being able to move along this client pathway to have what it is that they want to experience, which is a solution to whatever pain or challenge they're struggling with. So Facebook groups does it the best, more than Pinterest, more than Instagram, more than LinkedIn, even more than Clubhouse. Clubhouse creates a community where you can hear, but it doesn't give you this visual experience where you get to feel and you get to hear and you get to really have an experience of somebody where you're seeing and you're getting these nonverbal cues as well to see somebody's energetic experience. So Facebook does Facebook the best. Facebook does groups the best. Facebook builds community the best. And it is around here for a long time. Facebook groups are here to stay. So this is one of the reasons why you want to build a community inside a specific Facebook group that is going to be a place for you to have your Ready Yes Ideal client, your ideal client. And we talked about what to name your Facebook group. And today we're going to talk about how to set your Facebook group up properly. So I get a lot of questions about this, especially inside of my Activate Abundance program or my clients whenever they're first setting up their Facebook group is how do I even set up my Facebook group properly? And so there's a couple things that I want to focus on with you. Number one is you want to make sure that you've got questions set up for your Ready Yes client, your ideal client to answer so that you can see if they are a good fit for your program. So you want to have those questions. And again, Facebook allows you inside of the settings when you set up your Facebook group, you want to set it to social learning. Set it to social learning and make sure that you have the 3 questions set up so that you can ask your clients specific questions. So again, the questions are going to be dependent on who your ideal client is. So I'm just going to pull an example out, like emotional eating. So say you're a coach and you are helping women with emotional eating. So maybe the first question is, what is one thing that you struggle with in regards to emotional eating? Another question, number 2, would be, if you weren't struggling with emotional eating, what would be possible for you? So the first question is going to be about asking about their struggle on Pain Island. The second question is going to be about what is the experience that they want to have if they weren't having this struggle. So what is their experience of Pleasure Island? You're going to hear me talking about these two things. What does it look like on Pain Island? What does it look like on Pleasure Island for them? So we want our questions to do a couple things. Our questions not only are going to have our ideal client share information for us that we can then use as research, but it's also going to help us identify whether or not she is a good fit for our group or for the experience that we're creating. And then the third question could be a multitude of things. So if you are building an email list, one of the questions that you could ask is, would you like to receive some of my free handouts or some of my tips? If so, leave your email below. Do not just come out and ask for their email. Do not let that third question just be, leave your email down below. Like that you just don't want to do that. You always want to ask people permission first. So give them a reason to give their email to you. Would you like to receive some of my top tips? Would you like to be notified when I'm doing free trainings? If so, leave your email below. And then you can take that email and you can add it into your email platform, whether you're using MailMunch or MailChimp or ConvertKit, which is what I like to use. So make sure that you are setting up your Facebook groups with your questions. That's number 1. Number 2, set your Facebook group up to social learning. That way you can have a guide section. So at the very, very top of Facebook groups, you can have a guide section. And I'm actually going to share my screen with you and show you some of this as well. So let me just stop this share here real quick. And let's see if I can go in and pull up. Make sure Facebook is up and running. I'm going to go into my Facebook group and I'm going to show you how you can do this and how you can set that up for your social learning and why that's really important for your group. Here we go. Let me just get into group. Okay. Great. Share screen. Okay. Can everybody see my Facebook page? And it's going to be weird because I'm going to see me talking as well. So at the very, very top here of your Facebook group, you've got about, discussion, mentorship, and guides. The guides is where you can actually share any of your top tips, any of your free replays, anything like that. So in order to have this guide section here in your Facebook group, you want to set your Facebook group to social learning. So that's number 2, set it to social learning. Number 3, you want to have a picture of what your group is about. What is your group about? So we don't want to just have like a pretty bird or a heart or something. Like we really want to let people know what is your group for, right? So here you've got a picture of my group, Abundant and Empowered Feminine Leaders, and it is about helping you attract an overflow of ready yes clients, abundance and prosperity that comes from serving from your heart. So that's really important because that is who I serve. I serve heart-centered women wellness entrepreneurs. And so this is going to share exactly what is the title of my group, Abundant and Empowered Feminine Leaders. Why do they want to be here? They want to be here because it's going to help you all attract an overflow of ready yes clients, abundance and prosperity that comes from serving from your heart. So really simple, nothing kind of clever. It's just, this is what this group is for. So number 3 is make sure that you have a cover photo with your title and what the group is about. The other thing that you want to do to set up your Facebook group, so that's 3. Number 4 is you want to have a welcome email. I'm sorry, not a welcome email, just a welcome message. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to pull up my welcome message. And that way you can see kind of what mine looks like. Here's one from March 24th. I'm just going to click on that one. And this is important because you are going to help welcome new people that are coming into your group. And you're also going to share with them some really valuable information so that they can create some quick wins right away. So for example, this is the welcome email that I share. Welcome, sisters. I'm so glad to have you here. We really are an incredible community of wellness coaches and holistic practitioners who are changing the world. So right away, they're going to know from this that they're in the right place. If they're a heart-centered woman wellness entrepreneur or holistic practitioner, like this is where they belong. Here's what you need to know to get the most out of the group. Be sure to read all the way through to get the most access to what you need to grow your business in a heart-centered way so you can attract your ready as client and stop chasing clients to book discovery sessions. So those of you that know me know that that's my jam. I like to help you attract your ready as client without having to try to book discovery sessions that take clients from stranger into paying clients. It's really, really hard to do that. So this is a welcome email that I'm giving people, information right away. So what is it that they get? They can grab their abundance alignment roadmap workshop complete with a free action guide. So right away, I'm offering people a free training. So for those of you that want the abundance alignment roadmap workshop, you get a free workbook and how do you energetically, mentally, with the mindset piece, get aligned so that you're attracting your ideal client instead of chasing clients. That's something that has been a game changer for me in my business. It's something that changes the lives of my clients. And so I did a workshop about a year ago, if not longer, on getting in alignment. And I did a free training on it. And so this is a replay of that workshop along with the guide that people can have access to anytime. So here's a freebie. Again, Facebook groups are about giving incredible value. So that's number 5, which is you want to set up your Facebook group so that you are giving incredible value to your people. Do not be worried about giving away too much. Do not be worried about that. You want to give incredible value to the people that are part of your community. That's one reason why people want to be in your Facebook group is because of the value that you can create. So in addition to people that are inside of my community getting instant access to this workshop, they also have instant access to another workshop, which is a webinar that I've done several times, which is how to grow, how to be an in-demand health coach, how to collaborate with doctors and health practitioners to build a thriving practice. So a lot of my clients are functional nutritional therapy practitioners or health coaches, and they want to learn how to collaborate. Well, that is how I built my thriving health coaching practice. When I was building a health coaching practice, that is what I did. I built collaborations, I built relationships. And so I teach you how to do that. So you can just click on that and get access to the free webinar. So again, you can see that this welcome email is set up to instantly create incredible value for the people that are joining you. And then you can also, let them know when you are going to be going live. So you want to have a Facebook Live that you can share information and value with your clients every single week. And I go live every Monday at 1 o'clock. And so I'm just letting people know, be sure to tune in live every week for She's Got Moxie, Mondays at 1 o'clock. And this is where I share soulful business training. And then I also invite people to introduce themselves in the comment so that I can see who's here and I can welcome them again. So again, this is about cultivating and creating community. How do we do that? By being real and authentic, by giving away incredible value, by helping people create quick wins and breakthroughs quickly. So again, we want people to have information that is going to help them quickly from Pain Island to Pleasure Island. And so that you are also establishing yourself as a leader. You are establishing yourself as the expert. So when you have handouts or workshops that you can share with your Ready Yes clients, that is establishing you as the expert. That is establishing you as the leader. You're saying, hey, if you want to have this different experience of life, if you want to learn about how to align to abundance, check out this free workshop and workbook. Great. Now I've established myself as a leader in that. If you want to learn how to collaborate with doctors and health practitioners, great, go check out this training here. And be sure to check out the guides. So in the guides, if you click on the guides here, the guides section will take you to all of the previous Facebook Live Monday night trainings. So they're all here. There's like 14 to 20 different Facebook Live Monday night trainings. And so we want to direct people on where they can find information, So another thing that I do, and this would be number 5, I think, 5 or 6, I don't know where I am right now on the numbers. I'm just going to keep giving you guys ideas, is reach out personally and welcome people. So I love to reach out personally and welcome them to the Facebook group and just hear where they are and what would serve them so that I can point them in the right direction. So for example, if I am welcoming somebody that's brand new, I'm just going to say, hey, I'm so excited to welcome you into the Facebook group. Tell me where you are. What would be one thing that you would really like to learn? I've got lots of free resources in my group, and I just want to point you into the right direction. So if they say, you know what, I really want to learn how to collaborate with doctors and health practitioners, I can say, great. Would it be okay if I tag you in the Facebook Live training on that? And that way she can find it easier, right? Instead of having to scroll through everything or scroll through all the guides, I can point her in that direction. Or if she says, I really want to learn how to attract my readiest client. Like, I don't know where to find my ideal client online. Great. I actually have a freebie. I have a free handout that I could pop to her, which is, I think it's 5 or 8 different ways to attract your readiest client, to find your readiest client online. That is a freebie that I have. I'm happy to shoot that to her. So again, this is about developing, creating relationships and creating value with them. Because when people feel seen, heard, valued, and they can see that they can get quick wins, they're going to want to interact and be a part of your group. And when they see that they're getting incredible value from you for free, imagine what it's going to be like to work with you, right? And so sometimes people are going to move to paying client a lot quicker. Sometimes people are going to stay in your group a little bit longer, and that's okay. The key with your Facebook group, again, is you are serving from your heart. You are serving your ideal client in a way that is going to help benefit them. And you're going to do that through a series of Facebook Lives. You're going to do that through a series of posts and maybe even through a series of freebies that you can offer them so that you're developing this relationship with them. You always want to give before you ask. Give abundantly. Play the generosity game with that. That doesn't mean that you are coaching them for free. So let me just make that specifically clear. That doesn't mean that you're coaching them for free in Messenger. You're not. If people have specific questions for you, Barbara, if they have specific questions for you in Messenger, invite them into a clarity call so that you can share with them how you can help them get their benefit. And here's why. It's really hard to help somebody in Facebook Messenger if you don't know what is going on in their life. So in order for me to stay in integrity and ethically, if someone's asking me something that pertains to their business specifically, I really can't guide them until I know what's going on in their business. I can't guide them well. I can point them to a freebie or handout when they tell me what they're looking for. But if they have a specific question about their business, it is out of integrity for me to answer that question because I don't have enough information. I don't know who their ideal client is. I don't know what their programs or their pricing is. I don't know anything about them. And so for me to start coaching them in Messenger is actually not going to be of benefit to them. So I really reserve specific business information for my paying clients because I know what's going on in the lives of my paying clients. I know what's going on I know who their ideal client is. I know how they wish to serve them. I know what their programs are. I know what their pricing is, and I can guide them directly in a much better way. So don't get caught into the trap of trying to give away free coaching in Messenger. Invite them on a quick call so that you can hear a little bit more about them and you can match the resources with them that is going to serve them the best. Awesome. Let me go ahead and stop this share because that is really how you want to set up your Facebook group optimally. So again, you want the questions. You want to make sure that it's set to social learning and guides. You want to make sure that you have a good photo, and you can create this in Canva, by the way. You want to make sure that you also have got your welcome email and that you're giving generously with freebies or handouts that you can guide them to. And you want to reach out personally and invite and just hear a little bit more. Again, create that connection. People want to have an experience of you. They want to feel seen. They want to feel heard. And so when you take it into personal messenger and welcome them, that allows them to have that additional connection. You can also send a little video. So here's another little ninja tip that one of my friends, Nicole Kramer, loves to do. Those of you know Nicole, she is a specialist in sales, but she sends videos to her people. And she'll just send a little video. Hey, how are you? I'm Nicole, just wanted to welcome you. And that's another nice little touch as well. Awesome. So let's get back in here, share my screen with you again, and we will move on into my workbook. There we go. Okay. Great. Okay, so we talked about 4 different, I shared with you about 6 different ways to set up your Facebook group properly. Bonus. Awesome. So once you have your Facebook group set up, you want to lead authentically so that you can grow organically. So again, number 1, always number 1, give value and serve your ideal client. Give, give, give. Give value, serve your ideal client. Listen to them, serve. So again, that is the way that we connect. So step 1, in order to allow you to grow organically, is to connect with people, to give value and to serve your ideal client. Number 2 is you want to engage. So once they're in your Facebook group, you want to engage with them. How do we do that? Well, I shared that by reaching out to them in the welcome email. You can send them a little video welcoming them. You can also do Facebook Lives. So you want to be authentic and you want to be available. So when we're showing up and we're doing like a Facebook Live training, like I'm doing for you right now, like I'm just modeling this for you, I'm just giving you some quick wins and epiphanies. I'm giving you information that you can begin to implement right away so that you can make some strides to bringing an income into your business as a heart-centered entrepreneur. So you want to just allow yourself to be authentic. You don't need to be salesy. You just get to serve. You get to be you. You get to serve from your heart. Look, I was really authentic when, my computer just crashed a few minutes ago, right? Like, hey, that's life. It happens. Not a big deal. We just get to stay engaged. Another way to engage and to be available is to comment on the comments that people make. So when people comment on a post, or when people comment on your Facebook Live, or when people comment on something that you're sharing, always heart their comment, not just like, but heart it. Facebook sees hearts and thumbs up completely different. So heart it and then respond back and make sure that their name is actually tagged so that they'll see it. So respond back to their comment with either a thank you or awesome, I'm so glad that connected with you. What was one thing that you took away from it? And ask another question to engage so that you can learn more about the people that are in your community. Again, we're just being a real person. Number 3 is create nurture events to create quick breakthroughs. And this is how you nurture your audience. So in the connect and in the engage, we're actually growing and we're building a community. Then we are going to nurture our community, and you get to nurture your community by creating nurture events. And again, nurture events can be Facebook Lives like I'm doing now, like I'm doing this little mini training series for you. That's a nurture event. When I did 6 steps to a heart-centered 6-figure practice, that was a nurture event. It was designed to give lots and lots of value. And then number 4, at the very end, you'll notice that the offer to work with you comes at the end. You want to offer your audience a pathway to their transformation. So when you're doing a nurture event, you also want to share with people how they can continue to work with you if they want more information. It's like, I like to use the analogy, and my clients know this really well because I use this analogy all the time, but if you are inviting people to a party And when people come in and you're like, I'm so glad to have you here in my home. By the way, I've got these amazing brownies and you are going to love them. I cannot wait for dessert. And then you never bring out the brownies. And the people are like, I thought Chris said that she had like these amazing brownies. Like I've been waiting all night for her to bring out the brownies so that I could taste one. If you never offer people a way to work with you, it's like you're never bringing out the brownies. Bring out the brownies. Just say, hey, here are the brownies. Who wants one? They can say, yes, I would love a brownie. They could say, nope, I don't like chocolate. In that case, you can say, awesome. Would you like grapes? Would you like ice cream? Do you want, what else could I offer you? And that's one of the reasons why we have 3 offers. We have a low tier, middle tier, high tier offer. That way, if somebody doesn't want the brownie, it's not anything about you. Maybe she just doesn't like chocolate. Maybe she would like to eat fruit instead. Maybe she's allergic to chocolate, right? So you want to find an offer, again, offer to support her. Okay, I hear that this doesn't work for you. What is it that you do want? Let me help you get that. Again, this is heart-centered. It's not about me, it's about you. How do I help you get the transformation that you want? How do you help your client get the transformation that she wants? So again, when my clients work with me inside of Activate Abundance, I'm helping them build a heart-centered 6-figure practice, setting the foundation so that they have all of these pieces. They have my ears, they have my heart, they have my brain, they've got my ideas. They get me live 5 times a month inside of the program so that I can help them create their Ready Yes offers, their 3-tier offers, their Facebook group, and how to actually put together these nurture events so that it gives a really easy pathway for your ideal client to say, yes, I would love to have a brownie. Yes, I would love to have an experience with you. So again, you want to have these 4 things. You want to build your audience, you want to nurture your audience, and you want to invite your audience to work with you. Build, nurture, invite, build, nurture, invite. But notice that inviting people to work with you is step 3. It's not step 1. You want to give value and connect. You want to engage. You want to nurture. And then you want to have a way to invite them to work with you next. Awesome. So here are 30 ways to fill your Facebook group. And then tomorrow, we're actually going to come back and we're going to talk all about nurture events. All right. So number 1, 30 ways to fill your Facebook group is you can just create a Facebook post and you can invite people, say, hey, for example, I created a Facebook post earlier that was, hey, who are my women wellness entrepreneurs that want to learn all about Facebook groups? Come join me inside my Facebook group because I'm going to do a free training. So one way is a Facebook post. Another way to fill your group is to create that same type of post in your stories. So you could create a little text or a little photo inside your stories and say, hey, come join me. I've got this Facebook group to serve you in this way. It is for women wellness entrepreneurs that want to grow a heart-centered 6-figure practice. Number 3 is you can fill your Facebook group by actively engaging in other groups. And I'm not saying that you're going in other groups and you're trying to steal clients. You're going in groups where your ideal client is, where she is living, where she is hanging out, and you're just being a real person offering information. So for example, when I was building my health coaching practice, I was also a member of a group that dealt with women that were experiencing menopause. And one of the things that people were talking a lot about in the group was how hard it was to sleep, how hard it was to actually stay asleep through the night. And so I actually shared some tips that worked for me in the comment section. And people would respond to that. And then I would take it a step further, which is number 4, which is have a freebie. And I said, you know what? I've got a free handout on my top 10 tips to get a good night's sleep. Would you like it? And I had people reaching out to me going, I want it, me. Great. So in a freebie, again, we're giving value. And then on your freebie, you can be sure to just invite people to join you inside your Facebook group. It's an easy yes. We're not asking somebody to make an investment. We're actually giving away free value here. Number 5 is we get to collaborate with other coaches or practitioners that serve our clients in a way different than us. So you could do a Facebook swap. You could do going into one person's community and sharing some of your top tips, and then invite them to come into your community. So that's actually 2 ideas. So one is collaborating with somebody, and the other one is having them invite you into their Facebook group. So for example, what could that look like? Some of you are health coaches, some of you are life coaches, some of you are holistic practitioners that do energy work, some of you specialize in essential oils. Like there's a lot of different ways that you serve our clients, right? So you could actually collaborate with somebody who serves your ideal client in a different capacity, but you want her to also be somebody that can serve your audience. So an example of that in my business would be Laura. So Laura Michintino, she's an amazing copywriter and marketer. And, you know, she serves my ideal client in an amazing way. As a matter of fact, she gives away a 10 module copy and marketing course inside Activate Abundance. And she shows up live to teach that information. So she's collaborating with me. I'm inviting her into my community, and she's inviting me into her community. So as a copywriting and a marketing expert, she serves my client, and I get to serve her client too, because I get to teach how to build a heart-centered 6-figure practice. So she does have coaches in her community too that I could serve. So we get to play the generosity game, and we get to create win-wins. Does that make sense? Yeah. So think about what is it that your ideal client wants? And how can you invite somebody who is a good collaborator? Number 6 is we also can, so we use our personal page. So you can do your personal page. You can do a Facebook Live on your personal page. Number 7, you could do a personal post on your personal page. You could offer, and again, use your freebies on your personal page. Number 8 is just post your freebies on your personal page. Number 9, 10, and 11, you can do all of that inside your Facebook group. So create a post, offer a freebie, and you can invite more people to actually experience. So the other cool thing that you get to do when you think about posts is when you're creating valuable content, you can make it so that it's shareable. So you can't make it shareable inside your group. So that's why you want to use your personal page to create something of value and let that be shareable. So you want to set your post to public. So for example, if I shared something or I had created a post about creating, how to attract your ideal client, and here's the freebie, well, then somebody else could actually share that and it would go to many other people. And when they download that freebie, that is also an invitation for them to join you. You can do number 12, joint ventures. So what is a joint venture? A joint venture is going to be a couple different things. So we're probably going to cover 12, 13, 14, and 15 under joint ventures. So a joint venture would be maybe being an affiliate for somebody. So working with somebody that you can then share that person's information, and they in turn share your information. So think of that like being a brand ambassador, right? You can have a brand ambassador experience where your clients could actually share your programs, your offerings, your Facebook group to other people. So you've got your ideal clients can share and invite more people. You could have a joint venture partnership, which could be another person where you decide that you're going to share their information. So like Nicole is a bestie of mine. She's in my mastermind and she has the Going for No challenge. And so that would be something that I could share, that Going for No challenge. So share her information. And then in turn, she could share my Facebook Groups Made Simple information. Cool. Any questions so far on this? I know I'm going fast through this. And I cannot see the comments right now because I am in Zoom, but I will definitely circle back around and answer them. Actually, let me see if I can split my screen here and see if we have any questions. Roxanne, oh, awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Great, great. What if they don't answer the questions? Okay, thank you, Roxanne. So sorry, I'm coming back because I didn't see that. If they don't answer the questions, what you do is you reach out to them personally and say, hey, thank you so much for requesting to join the Facebook group. There's a few questions that still need to be answered before we can approve your request. It's really important that they answer the questions, because if they don't answer the questions, we don't necessarily know that they are your ideal client. They could be a bot. They could be somebody who is just trying to come into your group and just, try to market to your people. So you just get to reach out to them personally in Messenger and invite them to answer the questions. So what I do is I say, hey, Barbara, thanks so much for requesting to join my group. There's still a few questions that need to be answered before we can approve your request. Do you need the link again? And I'll share the link. And when they respond, I'll share the link. If they don't ever respond, then that's a really good indication that she's not a good fit for my group. So I don't let people in if they don't answer the questions, unless I personally know them and have personally invited them. So for example, if I know, that I have connected with somebody in another way, and I invite them and I just press the invite button and they don't answer the questions, well, I know them already. I personally invited them. I already know that they're a good fit for me. So I'm going to go ahead and let them in my group. Awesome. So let's keep going on the different ways that we get to fill our Facebook group. So you can reach out personally in Messenger and you can invite somebody. So again, Facebook has got several different ways. You've got your personal page, you've got your Facebook stories, you have Facebook Messenger, you've got Facebook groups, you've got collaborators and other groups, you've got your Facebook group and your clients. So another way outside of that is if we dive into Facebook groups, your own personal group, you could have a little contest, a membership drive per se. And you could have some little gifts, little bonuses. Maybe it's an extra session with you for the people who invite the most of your ideal client to your group. And again, you do want to be really clear that you're looking for specific people, right? You want more people in your community, but you want your community to also invite people that they think would be a really good fit. But you do want to let them know, hey, this group is for XYZ. I'm running a little, bonus here. The people that invite the most people to join the group will actually win a free session with me. And you want to make sure that you have your people actually share the Facebook URL, not the invite button. You do not want people to just press the invite button. You want people to actually share the URL at the top of the page. Because if they just press the invite button, then they might not see the questions. So that invite button is kind of, even though it says invite more people to join the group, when people are using that invite button, they don't always see the question. So they might not even know that they've been invited. Does that make sense? Yeah. So for example, if I wanted to invite more people to Barbara's group and I was in Barbara's group and I just pressed the invite button, people could be invited and not even know that they've been invited. They could just be sitting there and not even know that they were invited to the group. So share the URL and say, hey, I think you'd be a really great fit for this group. So you can invite people that way. Does that make sense, Barb? Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay. Where else are we going? Instagram is another way. that you can fill your group. So Instagram posts, number 17 or 18, Instagram DM, number 19. You can DM people, invite them to your group because you get to serve them. You can also do an Instagram reel, sharing about your Facebook group. Come join me. In your bio, your Instagram bio, you can have join me here at this link in bio. You can do Instagram TV. You can do a little video where you share a quick tip and then invite people to join you inside your Facebook group. I also want to jump back to the personal page. You can go to your personal page. I think we're like on 22 now. Go to your personal page and let me see. You can actually, there's a couple things that you can do in your personal page. So one is you can have up at the very, along the side border, actually, let me stop the share here and go into my personal page and I'll show you. And I'll share my page so that you can see this. Is so much easier when you can actually see what's going on. Okay, share screen. Okay, so this is my personal page. So if you take a look here on your personal page over here in your introduction section here, you can actually have a link to your Facebook group right here. So you can edit and have links. So I have a link here to my website. I have a link to my Instagram. I have a link to my YouTube channel. I don't use LinkedIn, but there's a LinkedIn link there. And then here's a link to your Facebook groups. You can also down here, and this is the cool thing, these are different pictures that you can actually edit. I don't know if you guys knew this. This is like a really cool ninja tip. You can edit these pictures. And so right here in the top center of my picture is join the free Facebook group, Abundant and Empowered Feminine Leaders. So when you click on any of these pictures, it's going to come up, it's going to show the picture, but what else it's going to do? It's going to give them the link to join the group. So you can create a photo, and that could be a post that you put inside of your Facebook group that has the link to join the group. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Another thing that you can do with that is, again, Freebie Friday. I have a Freebie Friday video here. And when you click on the freebie, whoop, that's not available now. Okay, good. Good to know. I need to update that. Let's see, 6 steps to a 6-figure heart-centered practice. Okay, so when I was running my masterclass back in February, there's a little picture here where they could register for the masterclass. When they register for the masterclass, they're also invited to join the Facebook group, because this is where I'm doing the trainings, is inside your Facebook group. So this section here is really, really powerful, and you can have 9 pictures total. You could also have 1 picture. So if you wanted to really just put, like, say I wanted to just have the 1 picture be join the free Facebook group, the Abundant and Empowered Feminine Leaders, I would just click on Edit Featured. Awesome. And then I could just click the ones that I don't want anymore. Just have that one. Save it. Beautiful. Awesome. Now we've got that 1 picture there, which is join the free Facebook group, Abundant Empowered Feminine Leaders. So your personal page can do a lot of things. Another thing that you can do is up here with this photo, you can also have an invitation. You can change this photo to join the Facebook group. And when they click on the photo, you do the same thing. You would click edit. So I don't think I have this link to the Facebook group. Let me see. Nope, I don't. Great, perfect example. So when you click on the above photo, there's a little edit button here. You can click edit, and then you can type in join the free Facebook group. And then click done editing. So let's see. I'll go ahead and do that. Let me copy the Facebook group URL. I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to edit, and I'm going to say join my free Facebook group. And I'm going to paste it. Done editing. There we go. Now, when people click on that, they can go directly to the Facebook group. There's a chat that came through. Hang on. Oh, okay, Barb, no problem. Awesome. So these are ways that you can use. Again, this is really optimal real estate. When we take a look of, how do you use your Facebook as a revenue generating platform? You are using multiple places on Facebook. You're using your personal page, which has got all of these different places, so people can join you at your website. People can, which is another way that you can fill your Facebook group, is when if you have a website, you can go to your website, click on your website link, and on your website, you can actually have, typically I'll have a pop-up that comes up to actually get a free download. There is also, let's see, if I go down here to one of the blog posts, Framework for Female Entrepreneurs, ready for more peace, prosperity, and purpose. They can get their download here. And again, in the download, in the freebie, they are invited to join my Facebook group. So there are so many different ways that you can fill your Facebook group. Another way that you can fill your Facebook group is by being invited as an expert into a podcast. So for example, I was interviewed by Samantha Schmuck, who is also inside my Activate Abundance program. And she just did an interview with me. And then we invited people into the Facebook group. You can also be interviewed in somebody's podcast, and you can give them a freebie. And that freebie, again, that you give them is giving them value and inviting them into your Facebook group with a little link that they can join. Another way that you can do this is by going blogging, right? So you can create a little blog post about something that is of value. And then you can share your blog with the link that at the very bottom says, join my Facebook group. You can have people share your blog post. You can submit articles to article submission sites like, oh my gosh, what's that one called? I think it's Elephant something, can't remember. There's Mindbody, there's a whole bunch of different places that people are looking for articles. And so in the article, in the About page, you can actually have a little link. So I think we're actually over 30 different. Are we over 30? I think we're definitely over 30 ideas. There's more than 30. There's probably a gazillion more that I haven't touched on. But those are ways that you get to build your audience, cultivate community, serve and nurture in the meantime. So there really is an unlimited way to actually invite people into your audience that is your readiest client. Any questions before we pop off for today? Spent a lot of time. Tomorrow I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about nurture events specifically. Any questions? Barbara, Jessica? Your little one is so cute. What's his name?
This is Marcus. Olivia likes to hide.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hi, Olivia.
Good.
Cool. Any questions on any of those ideas? I know we covered a lot. It was like boop, 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 boop.
Chris, just real quick, when you add your Facebook link, I'm not seeing my group link. I'm not seeing on the side it gives you a list. Do you want to add Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever? I'm not seeing add my Facebook group. What would I put that under?
Yeah, it would be under like the little world, like it's a web link.
Yeah,
You
you just
adding a web link.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't, yes. Then it gives you a place to click on to name it inside of your edit. And it gives you a list: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitch, WhatsApp, Line, but there's nothing that says
I feel like you're putting it in the wrong spot.
What?
You're putting it in the wrong spot.
social and a website and social links? No.
No, go in your settings. There's another way that you can like put your website. So like there was a link that I could put my website instead of my website. I just put my Facebook group link there.
Gotcha. Okay.
That makes sense? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Cool. Great questions.
Excellent.
Great questions. Okay, awesome. So we covered a whole bunch over the past couple days. Like you guys have gotten like the downloadable, like boom, like you're gonna boop, 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 boop on building and growing Facebook groups and why it's really important. And I do want to just kind of model for you, you know, that fourth part that we talked about, which was giving your ideal client a pathway to have what it is that they want. So if you are a wellness entrepreneur, if you want to grow a heart-centered six-figure business, we do still have a couple spots left inside of Activate Abundance. And again, we start April 7th. That's next week on Wednesday. We meet at 10:30 a.m. I don't take any more than 15, so we do have just a few more spots left. And so if this is something that you want to learn, if you want to learn how to build and grow a Facebook group, if you want to learn how to set the foundation so that you are creating consistent income in your business in a really heart-centered way, without having to do discovery sessions, then I would love to invite you into a chat with me to see if you're ready to explore this. So let me know, just type in yes in the comments. And if you type in yes in the comments, I'll just reach out to you and I'll just ask you a couple questions, see if you're a good fit, see if this would actually serve you to build and grow your business depending on where you are. So again, Activate Abundance is for wellness coaches and holistic practitioners that have been in business about 3 years or less that still are not yet at the 5K to 10K level. If you're already at six figures, Activate Abundance is not for you. What you want is my Accelerate Mastermind. So the Accelerate Mastermind is for people that are growing their business to six and multiple six figures. So if that is something that you want more support in, let me know. I'm happy to chat with you about that too. So again, you can see that what I did over the past couple days is I serve. Freebies, share information, help people understand the what it is and the why they want to learn how to grow, for me specifically, Facebook groups, and then invite them to take the next step. It's just an invitation. Here's the brownie. If I didn't invite you to take the next step to build and grow your heart-centered business, I would basically be abandoning you on Pain Island and going, yep, I know you're still struggling. I know you're still spinning. I know you don't know how to do it. And hi, see, I'm going over here for the champagne brunch. So we want to invite people into the natural next step. And it's okay. We just create an invitation. If someone says no, not a problem. It's not a problem. Really, whenever we are hopping on clarity calls with somebody, it is only to help someone make an empowered decision. And so whenever I hop on a call, I never drag anybody across the finish line. I'm not into convincing. I'm not into persuading. I'm not in trying to sell somebody on me. I only want to help somebody make an empowered decision as to whether or not this is a good fit for them. And if it's a great fit, awesome. If it's not a good fit for them, awesome. Tell me what it is that you want. Let me point you in that direction. My intention is always to serve, though. So when your intention is to serve, then it becomes really, really easy to make the invitation because there's no expectation that you've got to sell somebody. You just get to serve somebody. Create the invitation, serve them, invite them into the next step. If they don't want that, no problem. What is it that they want? Point them in that direction. Maybe they just need to hang out in your Facebook group a little bit longer. Maybe they just need a freebie. Maybe they're not ready yet to believe in themselves. That's okay. Totally okay. There have been people in my Facebook group. I know I followed my first coach for a year and a half before I said yes to working with her. Year and a half. Many of you have been following me for a couple years before you decided to reach out and to work with me. Jessica's like, yep, me. Yeah, that's okay. We are building and cultivating a community. We are serving with incredible value first, always. And so some people are going to be, and I know I shared this before in the previous training, but I think this is really valuable information. You know, there's people are in three different places in our world. They're either walking on the sidewalk, they're in the slow lane, or in the fast lane. 30% of the people are going to be on the sidewalk. Those are not your ready yes clients. Those are not people that we invite into our Facebook group because those are people that are just the tire kickers, right? Like they don't really think that they have a problem. They just might be curious, but they don't really feel like they have a problem. There's no urgency for them to have their problem solved. Who is inside of our Facebook group are the people that are in the slow lane and the fast lane. People that are in the slow lane are going to make up about 67% of your Facebook group. And those are people that know they have a problem. They're actively looking for a solution. They're attracted to you. They know you can serve them. They just haven't pulled the trigger yet. That's okay. The other 3% are going to be the people that are a hell yes, I'm ready, let's go. So you can see how important it is to nurture and build community, because 67% of your Facebook group are going to be people who still want to learn. They want an experience of know, like, trust with you. And it makes more sense that when you have a community full of your ideal client, your readiest client that are in the slow lane and the fast lane, your conversion rates for any type of the event that you do, and we're going to talk about that in Nurture event next tomorrow, is going to go higher. So again, you get a 30% conversion rate when you are building and developing community versus trying to sell something in a discovery session or sell something in an email or a funnel. That really only has a 1% conversion rate. So it's a lot easier to build and grow an audience. It's a lot easier to attract your ready-as ideal client. It's a lot easier to have quality, high-paying clients work with you when you are building and growing and cultivating community in your Facebook group and inviting them to take the next step. So that's it for today, guys. I will meet you back here tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We're going to finish up. We're going to talk about nurture events, why they're important, how to actually do some of them. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. Type yes in the comment if you would like more information about claiming one of those last spots and activate abundance, or if you just have a question about something that I shared here on the live, I'm happy to support you there too. Any questions, Barb, Jessica, before we leave? You guys good? Awesome. Awesome. All right, see you guys tomorrow.